Hi class. Today what I'd like to do is we're just going to keep multiplying decimals, and I've got another method for you, and this would be probably a more traditional method that probably your parents are more familiar with. So let's just give it a try. So the first question I've got here is $1.75 times 3. So we're buying 3 things, maybe 3 chocolate bars, and they're worth $1.75. The second method, what we're going to do is we're going to multiply everything to the 3. So basically what we do is we do 5 times 3, that gives us 15. So we're going to write down the 5, and then we're just going to put the 1 up above here. Next thing we do is we do 7 times 3, so we're just going to multiply this way, and that gives us 21, but don't forget we had an extra 1 there, so that becomes 22. So we're going to put a 2 down, and then what we're going to do is, because it was 20, we're going to move that 2 up top here. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to do 1 times 3. 1 times 3 ends up giving us 3, but don't forget, we've got 2 extras here, so we end up getting 5. So the question ends up being, how many decimal places did we have in the question? And you can see here, we had, I'll just grab a different color, 1 decimal place, 2 decimal places. So our answer here has to have 2 decimal places. So here's 1, here's 2. So our decimal goes right in between the 5 and the 2. So there's our first example of multiplying using this more traditional style. Second question I have here is we're just multiplying again a 3-digit that has a decimal in it times now, instead of a single digit number, a 2-digit number. So the step ends up being pretty much the same process. We're going to start off by taking this 2. We're going to focus on it. So this 2 here we're interested in, and we're going to multiply it first by the 5. So the first thing we do is do 5 times 2, gives us 10, so we write down the 0. And because it was 10, we'll put the 1 up top. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do the 9 times 2, which gives us 18. Don't forget the extra 1, so that makes it 19. So we're going to put the 9 down there. We had an extra 1 because it was 19, so we're going to put it up above here. So we got 2 times 7, which gives us 14, and the extra 1 is 15, so we'll just write both these numbers down here. Now here's the key idea here. When we go to now deal with this value, the 1 here, what we need to do first is we need to fill in a 0 because we're dealing with the tens place. So all these things are going to be, it's really like 10 times 5, which is 50, so we have to start with a 0 there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to multiply this 1 by all of these numbers up top here. So 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 9 ends up giving us 9. 1 times 7 gives us, make sure I get my color scheme right, 7. So you can see we've got 2 sets of numbers here, and now we just add straight up and down. So 0 plus 0 gives us 0, 9 plus 5 gives me 14, so carry the 1. So 1 plus 5 plus 9 gives me 15. Bring the 1 over. 1 plus 1 plus 7 gives me 9. Same process as the previous question. We ask ourselves, how many decimal places did we have? So we had 1 here. We had a second one here. That's all the decimals. So our answer needs to have 2 decimals as well. So you can see the decimal place will go right between the 5 and the 4. So the answer is 95/40. So just a couple examples how to do some math, and we're under 3 minutes. So good luck on your questions.